Hey, welcome back into today's video. Some people reached out to me and has been letting me know that somebody has been releasing some not nice things on the official Chris Hansen Facebook. Well, it turns out it's not the official Chris Hansen's Facebook, but we might have a couple of answers to this situation. Stay tuned. On the Repzilla Twitter, I tweeted saying, I have seen the issues about Chris Hansen's Facebook page where people have alleged Vincent is in control and saying terrible things, claiming there is no Anson investigation. I'm looking into it, and I'll let you know what I find soon. Let me show you a couple of these screen caps. Here's one saying, there is no Anson investigation. This was all for views and YouTube money. Anson is innocent. Stay tuned for our next series, To Protect a Predator, which seems to be poking at Mike Morse's past. Mike Morse is the lawyer that's been involved in Chris Hansen's recent videos about the Anson investigation, and this seems to be poking at allegations in his past. YouTube announcement about Anson will be made. I apologize to the Jackson family and Anson for making false claims on the show. Anson is innocent and will be sharing the profits with Anson and his family. The story is over. Of course, this was very much angering people, and all this comes after Vincent Nicotra was fired by Chris Hansen. Chris Hansen tweeted this back January 22nd saying,
I've recently been reviewing the actions online and in person of my web producer, Vincent Nicotra. Things he's said and done without my permission and without my knowledge. I've come to the conclusion that I can't condone much of what he's said and done, and I can no longer work with him in any way going forward. He's not going to be involved in any further projects.
So if you don't know, Vincent Nicotra was behind the scenes saying awful things to people. He had a fraud website. He was doxing. He was just generally being toxic and hurting people. People were desperately reaching out to YouTubers, trying to get people to cover this to raise awareness to Chris Hansen, and it looks like it did make it through. And then soon after this, strange things started happening. The first thing we noticed was with the Hansen vs. Predator website. One article says that journalist Chris Hansen's former web producer Vincent Nicotra has filled the Hansen vs. Predators website with memes and mugshots from Hansen's January 2019 arrest after being fired earlier this week. So originally, Chris Hansen was arrested just for a bad check. It was like a $13,000 bad check for marketing materials. I'm unclear as to the context of the story, but I know a lot of people do have money problems in general, and obviously this is a hit to try to make Chris Hansen look bad, which is kind of morally is wrong due to the fact of what he's trying to accomplish with the Anson investigation. As you can see, it says Hansen vs. Predator is suspended due to non-payment, and there was just generally a lot of memes poking fun at Chris Hansen. Vincent Nicotra said that he wasn't paid a single dollar and racked up thousands of dollars in credit card debt to pay for servers for the Chris Hansen vs. Predator website that Chris put none of his own money into. One Twitter user pointed out that he's playing the victim. I just don't buy it. He wasn't even complaining before all this happened. He'd been working with Chris since April. Another Twitter user saying, now he's exploiting Chris Hansen's past by posting his mugshot from 2019 on his website in an attempt to smear his image because he's not the center of attention. This was a retweet from Anson Unprivated that said, reminder that Vince volunteered to perform his duties without payment. Now, I personally find Vincent Nicotra coming out saying that Chris Hansen hasn't paid him and all this other stuff very hypocritical, since he was exposed for fraud with his website creating a platform, which ended up, basically it was a service where he was charging people to build websites, but it turns out that those were just templates from basically Wix and WordPress and just other downloadable templates in general. Chris Hansen tweeted back in January 23rd, a lot of impersonators out there on Facebook. This will be the official page going forward for my YouTube channel. So back on January 23rd, he knew that this type of stuff was going on. And in my opinion, it is just a petty attempt from Vincent Nicotra to just try to get back at somebody that didn't agree with his actions. Some of those actions include doxing people other than Anson, that he was a misogynist, homophobe, didn't shy away from using the R word, not rape, the slur that insults the mentally handicapped, doesn't shy away from racist comments, bullies people other than Anson, blames Chris Hansen for the use of the R word, blames Chris Hansen for doxing people, and manipulating lies. He also just generally had very disrespectful tendencies, eating chips on live stream while victims were sharing their stories with the world. Other things were he was abusing the copyright system, sending out false strikes for people that he just didn't agree with. It looked like a man with power that was just running rampant with it. Another thing that he did was he recently gave back Sarah's laptop, the one that Sarah turned in, and he had claimed that he sent it off to the FBI. We now know that this was not true. If you guys want to read more about this, I'm going to put links in the description so you guys can go read all this stuff, formulate your own opinions, because that's what we do here on this channel. So I can confirm that there are 2 different Facebook pages that say they're the official. One's a fraud that says just terrible, horrible things, and then the other one is the real one. It's have a seat with Chris Hansen. The bad one is official Chris Hansen. So just keep that in mind moving forward. Now, Chris Hansen did post a more recent tweet saying, 2 things to remember. Number 1, one of my favorite quotes: when the debate is lost, the loser resorts to slander. And number 2, my real Facebook page is have a seat with Chris Hansen. See you Wednesday. Another thing I noticed that was very, very, very interesting is that the Hansen vs. Predators website is now a lawyer website, which is Vincent Nicotra, Francis Nicotra. I can only assume that this is a relative, and it's very interesting. It does seem like a under-the-table threat towards Chris Hansen. Again, it looks like, to me, from what I'm seeing at face value, Vincent Nicotra is a very, very, very petty person resorting to just practically childish tactics. And another thing I want to point out is that the lawyer's website is not secure, so it's probably a scam website that steals your information. So I do not advise anybody going there. I feel weird being on it myself right now. The main reason I made this video is because I wanted to bring awareness to this mishap between the identification between these 2 Facebook pages, because both of them are called Have a Seat with Chris Hansen, so you have to be really careful. It's all with the @ symbol here, so Have a Seat with Chris Hansen is official. Official Chris Hansen is not. So keep that in mind moving forward, because I don't want this to impede or hurt any of the ongoing investigations for Chris Hansen. Spread the word on that. As interesting as it is, there's always something more interesting to me. That's right, you guessed it. I want to know what you think. So why don't you go ahead and leave your creative and or interesting responses in the comment box below. Thumbs up for this, like. As always, brothers and sisters, I will see you in the next video. Couple updates here. Yesterday's video I did about Gabby Hanna apologizing about the Bianca Devins situation. That's right, Greg. I missed a detail. There was a pinned comment in her apology video where Bianca Devins' mother and family did say that they were fans of Gabby Hanna, and I'm not sure how that changes the opinions of the masses, but they also released a video siding with Gabby Hanna. I don't know how you feel about that. Let me know how you feel about that. I want to apologize. I didn't feel that good in yesterday's video. I'm dealing with like a young kid that I knew growing up. He was a part of our clique, and we all went skating and stuff like that. I found out he passed away over the weekend, so it's been affecting my mental health, making me feel not good. So I am dealing with that, but you know, shouts out to Josh. Josh is the one that passed away, so much love. And when we wasn't close there in the most recent years, but that's just news that you just really don't ever want to hear. But other than that, I hope everybody out there is doing good. Happy Tuesday. We have some other videos we're going to cover this week. We're going to get into Divide Vanity, and I was also wanting to look more into the Anson cult. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Oh, and I redid my hair. It's blue. My next color is going to be, I'm pretty sure it's going to be red. Working on some new merch. Don't forget to get the Rep Squad official mugs. One of the best ways to support the channel. Thank you to my patrons for being so awesome. Love you guys. And I appreciate everybody that's been going and following the Facebook page. We're really trying to get to 10,000 this year, and I appreciate all the support over there. I really like having that platform and just building it up in general. I know a lot of people have been asking to get into the group. That's going to be a patron feature, and I haven't really accepted anybody new because I have some things I need to work out about it. But be patient, and we'll get back to you on that. Okay, it's just another way to show that you're ripping. If you're not ripping, you're Greg. Hey, dude, I'm going to subscribe, notification, turn, be in the comment section after every single video because I'm going to be there. Greg the cat is going to be there, and the rest of the Repzilla community as well. And I expect to see there too because this channel loves you. Greg, you hungry? Let's go eat.